If you've had your time again, would you want to come back as the same sex? And if you're thinking of breaking up with your partner, don't do a thing until you've spoken to divorce doctor Francine Kaye, right here on The Right Stuff.
So women are more likely to keep a secret from their partner than men. That's false.
There we go, by the way. Men are more likely to keep secrets from their partners than women. Which I think is surprising. 42% of men compared to 36% of women. Unless, of course, most women are liars, in which case that stat is meaningless. Don't forget, by the way, our divorce doctor, Francine Kaye, is with us this morning. She's going to be helping those of you whose relationships are on the rocks. So what kind of calls would you be after?
Well, if you are deciding whether or not you should stay in your marriage, maybe you're having communication problems, perhaps there's financial difficulties, perhaps you're trying to recover after an affair, you're deciding whether you can compromise enough to actually stay in the relationship. Sometimes you actually can change the relationship just by yourself, doing different things.
I'm fascinated by trial separations.
Trial separation.
What they are, what they should be, whether they should be defined. So if anyone's in a trial separation, it'd be good to hear from you.
Absolutely. Trial separations, I like to call them healing separations, actually.
Healing?
Yeah, because there is actually a set way of handling that kind of separation which can bring the couple back together again in an even stronger way than they were before.
OK, it's interesting. If you want to word with Francine this morning, you need to speak to Corinne. She has all the numbers. Corinne. It's the same number, of course, if you want to speak to Francine this morning, our divorce doctor. We've gone through the calls already. I think we made it abundantly clear. It's anybody whose relationship is in trouble, maybe they've had a trial separation and it's not worked out right. Any situation.
Perhaps they're thinking of having one. You know, maybe they've got a partner that they're having a lot of difficulty talking to. Maybe they find they're compromising themselves a lot in relationship and not getting anything back in return. Anything like that at all.
OK,
yeah.
OK. 0207 173 5555 is the number. Doesn't matter what the situation is, it's worth running past Francine. I would say don't do anything, actually, until you have had a word. It is her job, after all, her career.
That's what I do.
Very successfully you are at it too. I want to start, if I can, with just a little bit of celebrity nonsense, just because everyone's talking about it. Cheryl Cole and Ashley. Ashley's cheated. She's, what I found quite interesting, she spent a lot of time with the girls.
Yes. Yes.
Is that a wise move?
Well, it's not a bad move because obviously you do want to have a bit of support, but the only problem is that, of course, they are going to be all on her side. They're going to be her agenda, her happiness, all of that. Well, you see, if she goes back with him after that and, you know, they've been down on him, now it makes her look a little bit silly. Because, you know, she said all this stuff about him. Now, I know the girls have been trying to be very supportive towards her, but she's also having an impact on them as well. So, you know...
What about the course of action of, you know, you find out your partner's been cheating. I suppose not everyone can just go away on holiday for a couple of weeks with their mates, but do you think that's a good thing to do, to get some space between you so you can actually think things through? I
think it is. I mean, I think that's something that we're going to carry on talking about. One of our callers perhaps will have that sort of an issue. I think to have a separation, I know they call it a trial separation. I prefer to call it a healing separation.
Why?
Because it's a much more structured approach. What you're actually saying is, look, there's something that's happened, it's not working, whether it's an affair or there's something going on with your business or your health, whatever it is, your career, your finances, just that we're not getting on in some way. Let's have a separation, but let's do it in a structured way. Let us both go away and learn a bit more about ourselves and what we want. Do some work on ourselves, do some personal work on ourselves and bring that back into the relationship.
I think a lot of people, I can only speak from my own experience, I think use the term trial separation because you haven't got the nerve to say, I want out.
Absolutely.
It's the kind of halfway house.
Yes, it's like practising for when we will be separated.
Exactly. Listen, enough from me. Let's throw it open to you guys at home. Corinne, who's on the line first, please?
First, we've got Louise from Leeds on line 1.
Morning, Louise.
Hiya.
Hi there. Francine's here. Take it easy, Louise. What's up with you?
I'm very nervous. But...
It's all right. It's all right. No worries. What's up?
I'm in a marriage. We've been married for 5 years, together 7, but we've been on and off since we were about 16, so I sort of feel a bit stupid that I married him in the first place, to be honest, but he's very controlling. He's just very for himself, really. I mean, I work, I look after the kids, I look after the home. I pay half of all the financial bills. You know, he dictates where I go and what time I come in.
And you've had enough?
I'm unhappy, basically. I feel like I'm not living the life that I should be. I feel like the kids are missing out. I mean, even if I could sit down and say, you know, he's not that great a husband, but he's a good dad. But I can't think of any positives, to be honest.
I'll tell you what, Louise, it's coming through in your voice, I have to say. I mean, you sound unhappy. Francine, what
Louise,
what do you
I can
say?
really hear how sad you sound. You know, you really are going to have to do something about this. You are creating a status quo here. He isn't going to change whilst you don't say anything about this.
Is he going to change even if she does? I mean, I'm just thinking they've split up. Go on.
I've tried doing certain things, but he just doesn't seem interested. I mean, there's not even any... You know, if we have a bereavement in the family even, and I mean, I'm going a bit far now, but he'll just tap me on the shoulder and say, it'll all be all right. You know, I don't get any cuddles or... nothing to show that he wants to give anything back, really.
Well, he's going to have to do something to get it back. It sounds like you need to make it very clear what it is that you want him to do. It's no point being fuzzy about this in any way. You have to actually explain to him what it is that you want to be different. I want you to be doing this, I need you to be doing that. And I'm going to help you do that. You're not going to be doing it on your own. I'm going to be helping you and supporting you to do whatever it is that I need you to do. But he can't just be the silent partner in this marriage. He can't be the one that just drifts along while you do everything. And I think whilst you don't say anything about it, you are actually colluding with him to maintain his behaviour. So his behaviour isn't going to change until yours does. I think it was wonderful saying Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. You, Louise, have got to be the one who does the changing. And that way...
And if he doesn't, how long does Louise continue to plough this particular furrow? When is she going to knock it on the head?
Well, what do you think, Louise? How long could you do this for? In the same state that you're in right now, how long could you carry on like this?
Well, I go through stages where I think I can't do it any longer, and then I just carry on plodding along.
Yeah, you see, that's it. You'll start to drift in it.
Yeah,
and so you are, at one point, going to have to make a decision. Do you know I can't do this anymore? I really can't tolerate this. And then you don't necessarily have to go for divorce or anything like that. You could say to him, you know, we need to separate and we need to both work out whether or not we want to both be in this relationship. It's like a relationship is like a bridge that's got two supports either side. And when those supports are strong, the bridge can be crossed and the relationship is solid. But when you haven't got, if you only got one person supporting a bridge and the other person isn't supporting it, you know, the relationship's going to go like this, and that's what yours is doing right now. I think it's time for you to decide how much more of this you can put up with, Louise, and, you know, face up to it, because we only get one life, and this isn't what you're supposed to be living. This is not what relationship is supposed to be about, and I really wish you luck with that.
All right, Louise, good luck. Yeah, I mean, it's horrible when you can hear someone's feelings so clearly coming through on the phone.
You just can hear it. I mean, how long can you put up with something like that? It's like I said, it's like a bridge. This is not a one-sided thing. Yeah. It needs those two supports. OK, let's take another call, please, Corinne.
OK, we've got Jane now from Scotland on line 3.
Jane, good morning.
Hi there.
Hi there, Francine's here. What's up with you, Jane?
My partner, I think he has a jealousy... Well, I don't think, I know he has a jealousy issue, and when he drinks, it manifests itself, and he's got such a terrible temper, and he doesn't want to admit to it, and he doesn't want to go for counselling.
He drinks a lot?
Occasions.
OK.
Occasionally. So how often is occasionally, Jane?
Well, it's not been bad for a few months, and then we had a really bad incident the other week there, and it's been on and off for years, and now I just think he has to sort it or we can't go on.
I can really hear how upset you are about it as well. And so the point about it is, when he has one of these drinking sort of times when he's actually drinking, there is probably something that happened before he goes into this. Because if he can go for a period of time without drinking, there's obviously something that's working, and then he starts to drink. So your challenge is to find out what happens just before he starts to drink again. And so has there been anything that you've recognised? Is there a pattern here? Because if he can go for a certain amount of time, what happens that makes him start drinking again?
Well, I mean, the particular jealousy problem, I mean, we don't have any social life together because he's so suspicious of anybody.
So we've got another controlling,
okay, yeah.
Jealous, I would suggest extremely insecure bloke we're talking
very insecure.
about.
And then probably something builds up, and then he gets so wound up with that.
Yeah, he gets wound up and gets very, very angry.
Yes, I can understand that. And then, I mean, because what's going on, it's all going on in his head. He's making up whatever is going on. He's just making it up. But for him, it feels really real.
This is the second call in a row with a similar kind of male problem.
Yeah.
How do you deal with it generally? I mean, I'm fascinated. He's an insecure bloke who behaves, I mean, like a complete swine, I can imagine. I know people like this. I can't get my head around their problems. How does a woman deal with someone like that, a partner who's so controlling?
You know, Jane, the only thing that you can do here is to change your behaviour. So if he is drinking and that's not appropriate for you, leave. Have you got kids?
Yeah.
OK, take the kids and go and stay somewhere else. Or actually say to him, you know, when you are in this state, I can't tolerate you, I can't live with you, so I'm just going to let you get on with it on your own, and the kids and I are going to do whatever we need to do, and you carry on running your life as if he isn't doing this. Obviously, if he gets violent, obviously
and you'll be doing this temporarily because you're hoping to effect a change.
Yes.
And if the change doesn't come, then you make your temporary absconsion to another house permanent.
Then you would have to leave, because it's you know, how long can you put up with, very much like the other caller, being abused in this way when you haven't done anything to cause that abuse? So you have to actually change the way you're behaving around him when he does this, because I'm imagining there's a certain behaviour that carries on when you're around him. Stop doing that. Change the behaviour. And
I have to say, Jane, OK, as a man, I'm ashamed of my sex when I hear stories like this. It just doesn't make anybody look good at all. I don't understand why so many men are like it, but it's clearly a very big problem, and I wish you the best with it. Almost out of time, I'm afraid, Francine. No more time for any of your calls today. If you did pick up this morning, the phone this morning, thank you. If you didn't get through and you still need relationship advice, Relator available. They're on 08451 30 40 10, or you can check out Francine's website, thedivorcedoctor.co.uk. The details are going to be here on screen any second now. Thanks for everything this morning, Francine. Nice one. Glad we were able to help everybody out there today. David Grant's other half joins the panel tomorrow. That's Carrie, while Diana Moran will be showing us the lowdown on Pilates. See you at 9 tomorrow. Bye for now.